The iron gates of Wyndemere slammed shut behind Carly Spencer, and in that echoing silence, she realized she wasn't alone. Someone was watching, someone who didn't plan to let her leave. Moonlight spilled across Wyndemere like a warning Carly should have heeded. The castle had always carried secrets in its stone walls, but tonight the air felt heavier, charged with danger she couldn't quite name. She told herself she was here for answers, nothing more. A mysterious message, an urgent request, a familiar trap dressed up as destiny. Classic Port Charles. Carly squared her shoulders and stepped deeper inside. The grand foyer loomed, shadows stretching along the staircase like grasping fingers. She had been in worse situations, mob wars, betrayals, kidnappings, but something about Wyndemere always hit differently. This place didn't just threaten your life, it threatened your sanity. "Hello?" Carly called out, her voice steady despite the chill crawling up her spine. No answer, just the low hum of the wind outside and the faint click of a door locking somewhere behind her. Carly froze. That sound was unmistakable. She turned and rushed back toward the entrance, yanking on the handle. Nothing. Locked. Her pulse kicked up a notch, but panic wasn't her style. Carly Spencer didn't panic. She assessed, she planned, she survived. Okay, so this is how it's going to be. A soft laugh echoed from above. Carly looked up to the balcony, eyes narrowing. "You know," she called, "if you wanted my attention, you could have just sent flowers. This is a little dramatic, even for Port Charles." A figure stepped forward, still cloaked in shadow. The voice that followed was calm, almost amused. Dramatic, yes, but effective. Carly's mind raced. Wyndemere meant one thing: unfinished business, old grudges, long memories. Someone had brought her here for a reason, and it wasn't friendly. "What do you want?" she demanded. "To remind you that power always has a price." The lights flickered on suddenly, illuminating the room and her captor. Carly's breath caught, not in fear, but in recognition. Of course, it made perfect sense. The past had come collecting. "You," Carly said, lips curling into a defiant smirk. "I should have known." The figure descended the stairs slowly, savoring the moment. "You've escaped consequences for a long time, Carly. Tonight, that changes." Before Carly could respond, a sharp sting hit her arm. She gasped as the room tilted, her strength draining faster than she could fight it. She grabbed for the banister, vision blurring. "Don't worry," the captor said softly, catching her before she fell. "This isn't the end. It's just the beginning." When Carly woke, she was lying on velvet cheese in one of Windemere's infamous rooms, the kind designed to impress and imprison all at once. Heavy curtains blocked the windows. Her head throbbed, but her mind was already working overtime. She tested her wrists. Bound, of course. "Well, I've had worse hotel service." Her captor stepped into view, carrying a tray with a glass of water. "You're remarkably calm." Carly met their gaze, unflinching. "I've learned something over the years. Fear gives people power over you, and I don't hand out power for free." A flicker of irritation crossed their face. "Good." Carly logged it away. Weakness identified. "Why now? Why me?" The answer came after a pause. "Because you're the center of everything. You always have been. Love, chaos, loyalty, destruction. You touch it all. And when you fall, the shockwaves will be impossible to ignore." Carly laughed, low and unimpressed. "You really don't know me if you think I fall that easily." Her captor leaned closer. "We'll see." Back in Port Charles, unease settled in fast. Calls were unanswered. Instincts flared. Jason felt it first, that sharp, unmistakable sense that something was wrong. Then Sunny. Then the rest of Carly's orbit, drawn together by the gravity she always carried with her. Wyndemere wasn't forgotten, not ever. And when suspicion turned into certainty, the race was on. Alone again, Carly stared at the ceiling, refusing to let despair creep in. She'd been underestimated her entire life. Tonight was no different. Whoever thought Wyndemere would break her had made one critical mistake. They thought this was a cage. Carly saw it for what it really was, a battlefield. She shifted slightly, testing her restraints, already plotting her next move. Because if there's one thing Port Charles should have learned by now, it's this. You don't take Carly Spencer hostage. You survive her, or you don't. And at Wyndemere, with secrets screaming from every wall, the game was just getting started.